So Ruby and I together did a commercial with Morgan Freeman. He's definitely been in rehab several times. And it's hard for me to talk about it because
Yeah.
because it's still happening.
Right.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to an episode of After We Wrap.
Hey.
I am your host, Jaina and Ortiz.
And Gabriella Ortiz with a stuffy nose.
She is stuffed up.
Just wrecked her. I've never seen her laugh so hard.
I know. Also, I was noticing, damn, a fly
look at
is
this
in
fly in
here.
here.
He came to bless us today.
Who?
He wanted to make an intro.
This fly. No,
Oh, yeah.
I remember in Jay's episode, you were cracking up. I was like laughing at how hard you were laughing.
He's
You guys
funny.
both have the same cackle.
The
You
cackle.
can-
Yeah, the same cackle.
Do you have it, Marilyn?
No, I don't have that one.
My mom used
Okay,
to
so
have it.
I took Zyrtec. I'm good. Thank you, baby.
What are we
Yeah.
gonna do about that fly? Is he gonna make an cameo? We can interview it.
We can interview it too.
What's going on this summer? Who have you attacked?
Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. We are so excited.
Thank you for having me.
By the way, hold on.
An official intro.
Yeah, we have an official.
Okay.
Listen up. Today's guest is a Bronx native. Whoa. Shout out BX.
BX in the house.
We've
in
seen
the
her
building.
on many films and TV shows such as All the Queen's Men, Young and the Restless, and she's currently raising money for her very first short film.
That's right.
Hold on. But this show is all about who we are when the cameras stop rolling. So let's dive in. Everyone, please welcome the fabulous, the one and only Marilyn Simon.
Thank you. That was a really nice intro.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Yes, welcome.
You have a lipstick here.
I do. I know.
I'm always like, looking out for my girlfriends.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ay, yeah.
There
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know. Marilyn's definitely one of those people who, if you have something in
That's a
your
good
teeth,
friend.
she will tell you
That's a good friend.
and not wait like 2 hours later
Right. I don't
for
like
you to
staring
then find
at-
it in the mirror.
That's a good friend.
I don't. Yeah. I did it.
She did it right away. I had some moquitos in my nose, but I
yeah.
think it was. I think it was the paper. Tissue paper.
Let's dive in. How are you doing? I know that's a loaded question, but
I'm good.
how are you doing?
I mean, I'm good. I'm alive, right? I'm healthy. I'm able to work on this film, so I'm like grateful for all of that. I didn't realize how difficult. No, I'm not too difficult, but like it's just a lot of work. It's challenging, and it's a lot to put together a team.
Yeah, by the way, you're not only producing, but you co-wrote and are starring in this
Right.
short film called Hold On, which is based on, your personal
Right.
life experiences, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, well, I'm the writer and the head writer, and my friend who's a writer, Ricky Rosado. I keep saying Rosado.
That's
Ricky
fine.
Rosario.
Oh,
is
Ricky
the-
Rosario.
He's the co-writer. And we've been working on this project since like 2020.
No, he's gonna stay here for a while until we're done. Okay. So back to Hold On.
So
Tell us what Hold On means for those of people who are listening.
yeah, so it's hold on in Spanish. It's like a little term of endearment for us in the Dominican Republic. Like it's what you call like your little brother or someone who like just gets on your nerves, does things to get on your
Right.
nerve.
Hold on.
You say no me jodas, or
Uh-huh.
you say we call them hold on. No sea hold on.
Yeah.
It's something we say like so like for me, I found that in writing. We were like, started to brainstorm, and I was like, I don't know why, but I was thinking about like, what is the title going to be? And then they eventually came to me as I was writing. It was as I was doing rewrites, the real writing, actually. So we started working on this like before the pandemic. Well, I started working
wow.
on it. I had met with a friend of mine, and who is a wonderful director. And he was like, Marilyn, you need to tell this story. And if you wait for someone to write it for you, it's not going to happen.
That's what I was saying to Marilyn. I was like, I knew there was a perfect opportunity to bring her on the podcast, and the timing worked out so perfectly because for so many years, she's the type of person that will not wait for an opportunity to present itself. She will create it herself. And that's what it came down to. All these years, you know, you've booked many things commercially, theatrically, but this is the one thing that you are taking control and taking your own
Right.
power in making the decisions and doing all of it yourself.
We have
so
to. It's like,
kudos.
thank you. It has changed so much. You know, like the landscape of the industry is just so different. And I'm like, it's just, we can't continue to wait, um, you know, and we have to start creating those opportunities for ourselves to then pass down the baton and you know, bring your friends up and all these things. Especially for us Latinos, it's not like I have a major studio, like, yeah, let's make your film. Even though I have some great people that have done great work and are pretty well connected, it's still like, it's not like studios are like, let me help you make this. So, you know, I also was like, oh, I'm going to reach out to all the money people I know. And I'm like, I'm going to reach out to them and I'm sure they'll support me. And even that's been like, wow. You know, so I get also why some filmmakers are like, I just saved money and I did it myself and I funded it myself too, because sometimes you have to go that route.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hoping that's not the route we end up going, because I ain't got no money.
Yeah. No, it's you got to start somehow.
You know, but you know, my goal is to like get not just, you know, to raise the funds for it, but also create awareness and really hopefully partner with an organization. There's an organization called the Immigrant Defense Project, along with many others, but I love them the most. And they specifically work towards their mission is to create reforms and put in acts and laws and talk to Senate and really work with the people above to create laws that help, um, you know, immigrants who have been deported, that have been incarcerated for marijuana charges. Um, so, you know, being that this happened to my younger brother many years ago, and he's been in Dominican Republic ever since, and really hasn't really been able to live, I guess, a healthy life or, you know, sane, you know, because of everything that's happened to him. You know, being that he was born in the Dominican Republic, but we came here when he was 3 years old. So like to go back somewhere where you don't know anyone and you know, we have family, but you didn't grow up with them.
Yeah.
And he was still a teenager. He was like 18 when this happened. So, you know, it's like, yeah, that's hard on someone.
Yeah.
That's hard. And then we see these big companies now making billions.
The double standard on the situation.
Yeah.
It's
You know, there was a time when smoking weed was so forbidden. You didn't even want to smell like it if cops were around.
Yeah.
I remember being in upstate New York in college, up in a dorm, and I was living in an all-girl dorm. And like
all-girl dorm.
It was an all-girl dorm. I mean, we had fun. It was very clean. I didn't want to deal with like the boys not taking care of their stuff and like But
boys are nasty. No, just kidding.
You
just
know,
kidding. There's
the nasty bathrooms. No, it was a nice dorm. And, you know, I remember like my friends used to smoke and I never liked weed. I never was like a big, it was never, whatever. Anybody could do what they want. But like I personally didn't enjoy it. But, you know, peer pressure. So I would go and like, yeah, I'm going to try that. My mom's going to kill me, by the way.
It's okay.
She's gonna call you. I think we all do.
Yeah, a little cackle. So go ahead.
So nobody in my family knows, but now you know. So like we used to go out and And I remember it would be like snowing like really hard in the winter in upstate New York. And we'd like smoke, right? And I would take one hit. That's all I was good for. And I hated smelling like it because I was like, oh my God, we're going to get in trouble. So at the minute I would walk into my dorm, I'd put on my shower cap and finish taking off my clothes in the bathroom just because I wanted to take a shower as quickly as possible and get rid of the clothes so that I wouldn't smell like weed because it was so like you would get in such trouble. Like we could get expelled from school. Like it was huge.
Were they smoking in clubs also? Like that you would go into?
I mean, yeah.
I remember that.
It was like, I mean, people used to smoke cigarettes in restaurants back in the day too.
And airplanes too, right?
Airplanes, not
Does that
crazy.
age me? Am I aging myself right now?
Hey, girl,
I know.
we can't avoid it.
I know,
We
right?
we were talking about it earlier. At this point,
It's
it's
like there's certain things that you start talking about and you're like, floppy disk. Oh my God.
floppy disks.
Cassette players.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So like, you know, burning. I was talking
VHS.
about burning music.
Burning
with Napster.
music.
Remember
Wow.
LimeWire and
Yeah.
Napster?
Oh, yeah.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Those were the days you weren't allowed to smoke weed.
Isn't that
public.
crazy?
Yeah.
That
Also-
was literally what? Not even 20, 15, 20
let's not
years ago?
use- let's not-
Sorry.
Those were the days when we used to create our own voicemail messages.
Yes.
With the music in the background.
Yes.
Girl, you
Do
would
you guys
not.
remember what you did?
Yes.
What'd you
I would do a fade in at the beginning and then a fade in at the end.
Fading.
What,
But I
what
would
song? Do you remember?
I would do. I don't know the specific song, but I remember doing a lot of R&B,
R&B.
R&B,
the
or whatever
thing.
song was good.
It's Jessica.
Yeah,
These are my
exactly.
confessions.
And Vogue.
Hey, yes, Usher.
No, and Vogue for me, and all the TLC, and then I would be like, "Hi, you've reached Marilyn." Blah 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 blah. After the beep, psych. What's up?
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Or,
Oh, what's up?
Hey,
And then it
how's
was
it
like-
going?
That was mine. That was
Yeah.
mine. What's up, bro?
Wow.
Oh, hey, hold on. And then just wait.
And then you just
Hold on.
wait.
Oh, this is a message. Sorry.
Yeah,
Leave a message.
That's so
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, not me.
You didn't pull.
You would never guess
nice
what
to
music I had.
What music did you
What
have?
did you have?
What do you think I had?
Waiting for
Daddy
tonight.
Yankee?
No. It was Beauty.
Baby.
Beauty and the
Britney
Beast?
Spears, Beauty and the Beast.
What the heck?
Fearless holders time.
No, it was something there. The dun 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 dun.
Oh my gosh.
Beauty
That's
and the
me.
Beast.
Yeah. that's
Okay.
how much I love Disney.
That is
Wow.
so cute.
Proud.
I tried to get
I
Ruby to
love
watch
Disney.
Beauty and the
Leave me
Beast,
alone.
and she's like, "No." I said, "Do you want to watch Beauty and the Beast?" She said, "No."
She said no.
She's into Frozen. That's it.
You really quick. Your daughter is absolutely beautiful.
She's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
How do you manage the demands of being a mom while maintaining being an actress in this wild town? I mean,
Ooh. It's
half the time I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, Ruby, and now I can't do anything. I'm trying to get stuff done and I've got to get her dressed and she just threw up. And so I have to change her and then take her to daycare and then I have to pick her up. And blah, blah,
Gabby's
blah,
the
blah, blah.
same with me.
oh my god.
Shane just threw up and he just pooped his pants and
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, it's
Mom life.
Yeah, mom life is you know, I don't want to use the word challenging because people think like I just learned from a friend like if you saying it's a challenge, it's good. It's negative. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to use that word then.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm trying not to use that word. But, you know, it's just a lot of time management. Like you have to really figure out how to manage your time and it's nearly impossible sometimes.
Yeah.
Yesterday, for example, I had to tape 2 auditions and I had my daughter by myself and my husband had left. And, you know, she was quiet for some time and then she got tired of being quiet.
Yeah.
Right when
Yeah.
I was ready to say, okay, this is the one.
This is the
I'm
last take.
done.
That's it.
So then she's like, Mama. And I go, Ruby. So I have a bunch of bloopers, like where I'm like literally turning to Ruby to ask her, Ruby, I need to finish this. Can you please let mommy do her work? And oh my God, if I could just put together all of those bloopers,
You should.
That's
You should.
That's
It is
surreal right
real.
there.
You should.
it it is really real.
Oh,
Sometimes she
man.
helps me. Sometimes she's like, "Mama, you need help?" You know, but and she'll like hold like
And she auditions too.
she does
sometimes. What was her first commercial again?
So Ruby and I together did a commercial with Morgan Freeman, called Tataran Air, and it was so crazy because
How old was she again?
she was 3 months, and it was in the middle of the pandemic.
Her first booking at 3 months.
Oh, baby.
She's SAG eligible.
Oh, yes, Ruby.
Ruby making the
So-
paychecks, and that was during. Was it around COVID?
It was during
COVID.
It was during
yeah.
COVID. It was
So
during
she
COVID.
was she was booking more than all of us at one point.
Oh
I
my gosh,
remember.
she was booked and busy. I was like,
Booked
oh
and
my
busy.
God. And then like what's crazy is like the audition was of me giving birth, right? And then I had no idea I was going to be Morgan Freeman. They just said celebrity, you know, we don't know who, right? So I taped this audition, and it's like me pushing like I'm giving birth, and I had just given birth.
So you're like, I don't want to push again.
But I was
for
like,
pretend.
but apparently that was the thing, because then I booked something else after that was also giving birth, the Carter's commercial we did.
Oh yeah.
And it was also, they actually filmed it at a hospital where I was pushing, and then it was like, here's the baby. And Ruby was 4 months at that time.
Oh.
I was like, well, I don't know what, this is like some magical
Yeah.
manifestation here. But like we auditioned for this, and then I get to like the fitting when I finally out to book it, whatever. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I haven't worked and whatever. And I just had this baby, and I had done the 40-day thing where like, you know, the Latino thing for us, at least, we don't leave the house for 40 days.
Wait, what?
Remember the
never
40
heard of it.
days? Yeah.
40 after you
The
give birth,
cuarentena. It's called a
you don't leave the
cuarentena.
house for 40 days.
Yeah. Well, first I also had a C-section. I had a C-section.
Mm.
And then I had, you don't remember you guys brought groceries?
I know,
and-
but what is the 40?
So the 40 days you're supposed to stay indoors and not like expose your baby to the public.
Is this a
Right.
Latino?
Yes.
Is this?
Yes. My
How
cousin.
come I've never
It's
heard of
la
this?
cuarentena.
Mm-hmm.
It's called la cuarentena.
Yeah.
For
I
40
don't know if it's like
days?
is it like
Wait,
related
you can't
to the
even go
Bible?
outside and see the sun?
You can, but not with the baby. Like you're not supposed to expose the baby to like
Yeah.
people and out the
Yeah.
outdoors.
Did you
do that?
I'll ask my
bit-
mom. I'll ask my
Oh.
mom, but I don't. Probably.
Oh
pretty
my
sure.
But I
God.
do have a cousin who just gave birth, and I know she's in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so you don't let
wild.
anyone, you know. But it was also the pandemic, so I had,
Well, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
my through 2 or 3 closest girlfriends. Jaina's one of them.
Yeah.
Helped me out because I couldn't do anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know, what was I saying about? Oh, so we did the
Yeah, you got to the fitting. You were like, oh my God,
we got
I'm
to
so
the
excited.
fitting, and I was like, this is amazing, great. I get to get out and I get to work, and they're like, oh, okay, so you know, this will be great because you know your grandfather, the man who plays your grandfather, no, they said because this will look good with you and Morgan, and I said, who's Morgan? The guy who plays your grandfather, kind of. And I go, Morgan. I said, I didn't know there was going to be a Morgan. Like, I didn't see a male, you know, in the request for the auditions and stuff. And I had no idea. Wow. So before I left the fitting, I go, so who's this Morgan you guys are talking about? I'm just so confused because, like, why isn't he here fitting with me if he plays my husband, or what is he playing? He's like, well, he's not going to be your husband, but more like the grandfather. And I was like, okay. So can you tell me who the Morgan is? Oh, you don't know? Okay, Morgan Freeman. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I cried. It was so beautiful. My mom was there too. And
Oh.
I told her, and she was like, oh my God. So we were all like teary-eyed, and I was so excited.
And Ruby was in Morgan Freeman's hands.
Yes.
Oh my
What a
God.
story she'll be able to one day
Yes,
I truly
yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah. I'm like, if she goes into this industry, this is like,
Her first booking was
I
with
know.
Morgan Freeman.
yeah, she's gonna be like, I was destined for this.
Yeah.
You guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
cute.
it was absolutely beautiful. He sang to her. I still have the video, Morgan. I hope you watch this.
He's watching. He's
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
I have the videos and tons of pictures
Oh.
of Morgan Freeman with her, and and we got to have a lot of one-on-one time because it was pandemic, so it had to be the mom, which is me, handing her to him.
Oh, where can we see this? I want to see.
We'll,
Is
we'll
it on
play it
YouTube?
because you have it, so we'll play it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's a little clip.
Air. From the very first breath we take, it always surrounds us.
So beautiful, adorable. For those of you who do I even know this? How did you get involved
Yeah.
in entertainment?
So
How did
I
it
don't
all
know. I
start?
don't think we ever talked about
Well, first,
that.
yeah, I know you're from the Bronx. We're both from very close places,
Neighborhoods, yeah.
in the Bronx, New York.
BX, baby, we're the best.
But you, what inspired BX? Stand up. I haven't been back to the Bronx in so long.
I have.
Actually,
I go back all
no,
the time,
that's a
but
lie.
it's-
That was this year. This
No,
year, in
you. Oh
February.
yeah.
I was in the Bronx.
You went to the Bronx.
And I was like, gosh, how did I live here for so long?
Oh my
Wow.
God, when I go back,
It's
I
like-
love the Bronx. Hi guys.
I know we
The
love.
Bronx is-
No
listen,
shade. I love
no,
the Bronx.
I'm just
but
saying.
once you step out of the Bronx and then you go back, it feels really trippy because you realize
Mhm.
a lot of the things that you didn't notice while you were in it.
Mhm.
I can't really describe it, but
It's a
you
different
see
world.
it in a different color almost. It's really weird.
I really want to
Really
go.
weird. You know, you don't want to
No,
go
I
to
don't
the
want to
Bronx.
go. I don't want
You
to go.
can go to the Bronx, but I don't think
You
you
can go to
want to go to
the Yankee Stadium, the Botanical
Yeah,
Garden,
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
the Bronx Zoo.
The Bronx Zoo. Okay.
But it's all just. It's almost like I feel like it's still like the forgotten part of New York City, the left
Probably.
behind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of richness in the Bronx. There's a lot of like awesome things you can find and explore. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Did you meet in the Bronx or
No.
No,
How
we
did you-
didn't meet in the Bronx. We met out here
Okay.
at an
Mhm.
audition.
We met in an audition. We were at a callback.
We had a callback
Oh.
for
We had
like
a
short
callback for
film
like a short
commercial.
film, and
Yeah. One of those LA casting
yeah,
Actors Access.
it was
You
in
self-submit.
Hollywood. I remember,
Yeah.
and you were like, "Are you Dominican or Puerto Rican or something?"
That's the thing we always
It
ask
was
each
something
other.
we all- yeah.
I think that's what we always ask each other. But
Are
wait,
you-
how did you? I know. Are you? What are you?
Mhm.
What? How did it get started for you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, yeah, when I was younger, like a lot of us, we get to do all these things in school. And I did my first little play was when I was like 7, and I played Rosa Parks. And I sat in the back of the bus. And
No,
I did
you
a
played
play.
Rosa
I still
Parks?
have the pictures. My mom's album has it. And that was my first play. Yeah, and
If
you know,
if you were cast now as Rosa Parks,
people would cancel me.
yeah, they would be like, "What?" But
I
at the
mean,
time-
listen, that's a whole nother conversation
Yeah,
about
right.
like that whole world. But yeah, I'd be canceled. But I am black. I have black ancestry in me. So like, it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's I can't. You can't
you
like
could, you
be
can,
both.
you could identify.
Yeah.
with,
I mean, when I was younger, at that age, I will never forget when we moved to 167th. No, 167th and Girard. Some of y'all might know this place, but it was in the Bronx. I remember the other Latin kids around me. It was a very Puerto Rican community and other ethnicities and backgrounds, and we were like the very few, like the only Dominicans in that block. And I remember the only kids that we really got along with were like mixed African American kids, just that looked like us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were bullied a lot. I remember me and my younger brother, which so just thinking about the memories with my younger brother. We used to play a lot in our backyard. And I remember there was this like group of kids in that lived next to us that for whatever reason had it out for us, and it was me and my younger brother and these two other mixed black kids that would play with us, and it was like we look alike. We had that in common. So when other kids that were Latino or Puerto Rican or Cuban and but didn't look like us, um, we would get bullied a lot. They would like throw rocks at our
Mm.
or build like houses with
Mm.
rocks and play kitchen, and they would come and destroy it and do things. Um, it was like they were just being mean kids, like
Mm.
bullying us. And um, I experienced that with my younger brother, which is what I wrote the story, who I wrote the story about.
Mm.
And that I guess like opened up the door to me, like, okay, this, you can be on stage. You love, um, just like experiencing that. It was like, okay, I can play Rosa Parks. This is
Mhm.
what I look like.
Mhm.
I have natural curly hair and I can make a little afro. Like, um, so I think that was like the big opening for me. It was like eye opener. I can play Rosa Parks and I enjoy being on stage.
Mm. Were
And
you
I had
were
a
you in any plays in school?
yes. So then afterwards, I ended up going into fashion for a long time because my mom was a seamstress.
Mm.
And she was a seamstress of the block. Like everyone came to her
Mhm.
for whatever, wedding dresses, curtains, you name it. Then we
Quinceañeras.
we moved, and she was like the known seamstress of everything, the town, um, and like we had like mannequins in our room. So I really fell in love with fashion. So I took a break from doing any theater and stuff, and I didn't want to do Broadway. I was like, I don't know. I also didn't really. I think more. It was more like now that I think back at it, I think I also wasn't exposed to any entryways
Yes.
because in the Bronx, there's not really a lot like
Mm.
that. There's not a lot of schools that really engage in the entertainment industry or
Mm.
Yeah.
guide
I
you.
don't think there's a
And
lot of like art enriched programs
No.
that are provided
Yeah.
in the Bronx.
Still,
It's
there's
yeah,
some
I don't
now,
think
but
they're
it's
very
still
art forward at all.
yeah. So I really didn't.
At
I
least
like
not where
Mm.
know.
yeah. I asked my
Uh,
mom. She was here a couple of weeks ago. Oh, she just left last week. I said, why didn't you guys put me ever like in a program? Like, I always liked art and wanted to be on stage.
there's none
And she's
available.
like, that stuff was like rich people stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's like, that stuff was in downtown where the wealthy people were. We had no idea. They never offered those programs in our
Mm.
schools. So I ended up going to school in downtown. I was like, I'm going to go to high school downtown. I
Mm.
don't want to be here. I want to be where there's art
Action.
and fashion, and I want to explore and be around different cultures and feel accepted and comfortable. And I actually went to a school where it was so multicultural. We had people from all places in Europe and the Caribbean. I felt comfortable. I felt
Mhm.
like accepted. Whereas in the Bronx, I felt like I wasn't Latin enough, but I wasn't Black enough
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
fit on the other side. So I never really found myself like connected.
Mm.
Yeah.
Until then, later on, like a lot of Dominicans started moving into the Bronx and in our neighborhoods. So then I felt like a little more comfortable. But like school wise, I was like, I'm gonna go where everyone's mixed and doesn't care, and it's different cultures and stuff, and that's where I went down to fashion industries, and I took fashion design as a major in high school.
Mm.
And then there we had plays, we had fashion shows. I was in all of it. Um,
Mm.
and then I went to a school upstate, one of the SUNYs, State University of New York, and I did Shakespeare there.
Oh.
So then I was a little older and I got back into that and I played Hippolyta and Mustard Seed in Midsummer's Night Dream.
Nice.
And it was like a, what's his name? A Marvin Gaye urbanized version of it.
Oh wow.
It was really
That's
cool because I remember we opened with the Marvin Gaye song, What's Going On? And That's Marvin Gaye song, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
And it was really cool. Like the director really did a great job, and it was a lot of fun.
Marilyn, it sounds like you definitely had a pretty busy schedule back in the day, and you definitely have a pretty busy schedule now. I think we've got like a secret weapon that might be able to help you in this crazy
yeah.
time right now.
Oh yeah.
This is why he's our producer. Gabby, you know I've been talking a lot about my daily routines lately, especially my tonic water ritual in the morning. So I've been trying something new, and it's a game changer. It's called Magic
Wow.
Mind.
Yes. Honestly, I love Magic Mind. I've been using it for months. It's such a great addition to my day.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, I don't know about you. After a few days, I notice a difference. My productivity has gone up, and I've actually felt less anxious.
Same. Yeah, same here. I love the sustained energy it gives me, especially when we have, a busy day, busy week.
One of the key ingredients is cognizin citicoline, which is great for brain health. And let's not forget the organic ceremonial grade matcha.
And it's packed with nootropics and adaptogens, plus time-release caffeine, which is awesome.
And get this, Magic Mind is also committed to sustainability. They are carbon neutral, and they support mental health organizations, which we at After E Rap think is amazing.
And we became ambassadors for Magic Mind because we believe in it so much. I love this product. And we started this journey together wanting to find something that really supports our crazy schedules.
And here's the best part. Everyone watching and listening can get Magic Mind for free by just signing up for their free trial.
That's right. So if you're looking to boost your productivity,
can you?
Yeah.
Shake it up, shake it up.
That's right.
Shake
So
it,
if you're
shake
looking
it
to
more.
boost your productivity and feel better throughout the day, you've got to try Magic Mind.
Yeah, check it out. Let us know what you think. You won't regret it.
ASMR.
Yes. I'm gonna have one right now. Shake it, baby. Shake it up. Shake
And it
it
tastes
up.
really good.
Yeah, it has like a
Wow.
Is it pineapple? I think a little bit of pineapple kind of taste. Or
It reminds me
something?
of passion fruit. It's
Paricha.
right.
Hola.
It's like a little passion fruit.
I didn't realize how
does.
much matcha I'd had.
I plan when I need to take them. Like I
Yes.
take them
Really?
for self tapes, and anytime
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
and
Oh, very
Ooh,
good.
actually, I've never taken it before
Yes.
self-tape. I want to try that.
Mm-hmm.
it helps. It helps.
It really
me,
I always
does.
do before a workout,
Yeah.
but okay.
I think it helped me right now.
Yeah.
Hi.
Honestly. I'm telling you, you're going to feel it in about 10 minutes. You're like, whoa, I swear.
So how can people help Jodón come to life?
We are currently in the middle of crowdfunding through Seed and Spark, which is a great platform for indie films and getting short films, features, all sorts of projects off the ground. And we're in the middle of just like really getting the word out there. I'm also speaking to people on the side, and as a exec producer, also have a lot of meetings and really working hard behind the scenes and trying to get it accomplished. So raising funds right now is really our goal, whether it's $5, $10, $25, $1, a post. We have, incentives like, hats and t-shirts and a tote bag and things we're offering. Also special thanks credits in the ending credits of the film. So for people who've never seen their name on the big screen, I think it's a huge plus. This is a perfect time to be attached to a project that's passionate about really creating change. My hope is that this kind of thing doesn't happen to everyone, because it's still happening. People are still
Right.
being deported
Yes.
for, I don't know, cannabis in the simplest forms, because not every state has passed these laws, right? Where it's legal. It's not a federal, it's a state law legalizing cannabis. So, it's important to continue the fight because there's people who were affected by this prior to this being legal and a nice way to just like walk around and leisurely smoke and and before it became like the thing to do if you have any illnesses and to help with chronic pain and all these things, people were getting arrested for this People were getting their records, just ruined for the rest of their lives. Because what happens after you get that on your record? You can't get a job. You can't apply for an apartment. You are pretty much like ruined.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if you're deported, that record goes with you. So when you land in your country, you are landing with that record. And what happens? Like
Yeah.
you also it follows you there, and then you need to hire a lawyer, and you need to do all these things. And we haven't had my family that is the funds available to like hire a lawyer. It would be very expensive to expunge it or to fight. And
Right.
so, I hope that in making this film, we get the support from the organizations and partnerships we really are looking for to help others. And if we can help my brother, I would love that.
Is your
'Cause
brother to this day still in
yes.
prison?
Oh.
No, he's in Dominican Republic.
He's just in the Dominican Republic.
Yes. And hasn't I guess he hasn't lived the healthiest life. He's definitely been in rehab several times. And it's hard for me to talk about it because
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because it's still happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not something he's been able to get up from.
Right. Right.
He's still struggling with a lot of addiction problems since then. And then on top of that, when my dad passed away,
Mm. Thank you for being so vulnerable with
Yeah.
us, and we're so sorry. I mean, I you know, the blessing out of this, story that you're sharing with everyone is that it's bringing awareness, and hoping that someone else who's experiencing the same thing could
Gonna
find
help
some
so
kind
many
of
people.
hope,
Mhm.
right? And maybe change the way this really screwed up system
Yeah.
operates.
but just so, why must we continue to rip apart marginalized communities?
Yeah.
We already go through so much trying to just get a simple education
Mhm.
when we come here.
Mm-hmm.
Why ruin the lives like going forward? Why? And when I've seen people who are not of color be arrested for the same thing and be back out and
Yeah.
working
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
in
Mhm.
white collar jobs easily, unaffected.
Mhm.
And it's just not fair. When my dad passed, because my brother was in Dominican Republic, he was unable to join us here for his funeral.
Mm.
He only got to
Ugh.
see him when we flew him to bury him in Dominican Republic. So
Ugh.
can you imagine
Yeah.
That was the last time we.
never being able to see your father
Mm.
before all of this happened? And then I mean, dealing with the aftermath and hurt and pain of losing your father without without even having us there because we were living here.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine that. And then between that and him being taken to Rikers Island, he doesn't even want to talk about the things that happened to him there because they were so painful. And dealing with that and having to just walk out, and then, my mom gets a phone call like he's getting deported
Mm.
from his friend in jail. Not from him, because he was already being put on a plane
Oh.
Can you imagine? I mean, it's just, why do those things need to happen to us? No, granted, I'm not saying we're all perfect and no one is deserving, whatever. Everyone needs to work hard, and I understand, like, um we want a civilized community. We want people who work. We want people who want an education. We want all these things. But, we need to be given the opportunity to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me a kid at 18 shouldn't have the opportunity as a young
Right.
adult as other kids do?
Mhm.
That likely did the same thing, but they were of a different skin tone, therefore they
Yeah.
weren't arrested.
And probably have done way worse.
Way worse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. So, those are things that I'm like, I would love if this reached the communities that this is affecting, that if an organization wants to partner and really help reshape this, because we need to continue fighting against this, because it's not fair for our youth. I don't think
Yeah.
it's fair that someone between the ages of 18 and 25, gets their records completely ruined. I mean, obviously, if you do something like murder
Right.
someone, that's a different thing. But for marijuana
Mhm.
and other minor charges, like, it shouldn't ruin the rest of your life.
Mhm.
You're growing up. You're still growing up. And then to be
Yeah.
sent to a country where you don't know anyone, and then having to deal with my dad passing away and not having us there for any support. I mean, he couldn't handle it.
It's a lot of
Um,
trauma.
It's a
and
lot of trauma.
Yeah.
on top of grief, on top of like so many other
Right.
different.
So,
So this is not
obstacles.
just only telling your story, but this is also bringing awareness of a global, nationwide
yes.
problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a nationwide issue, and predominantly affecting marginalized communities with people of color.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, it's bringing awareness to it, but also, right now there's some pardons happening that,
Mm.
President Biden has
Yeah.
granted. However, they do not apply to immigrants who've been deported.
Mm.
They do not apply to a lot of people who are still suffering, while big cannabis corps are estimated to make $30 billion in revenue by 2030.
Mm,
Wow.
Okay.
mm.
I mean, just
It
the
doesn't make-
irony.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just like blatantly in your face. Like, really, you guys, like, this is what we're doing? Oh, because it wasn't okay then. So here, let me ruin the rest of your life. But now it's okay because people with money do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm,
So it's different. It's like we glamorize it. Now
Yeah.
it's glamorized,
mm, mm.
and it just changes everything because someone who owns a big mansion in the hills does it.
Well, it's all
Yeah.
been weaponized. It was weaponized when it was illegal. Now it's being weaponized when it's legal. It's like, oh, we found ways to profit in both sides.
Oh yeah. And now they're calling like the underground, like, black market. They want to eliminate the black market. You mean the market that was there before you started?
Mm.
That all the guys you locked up?
Mm-hmm.
You call that the black market, the underground market?
Mm.
You mean the ones who don't want to pay into your taxes now because
Yeah.
you want to tax it, and now you've learned how to profit from it?
Mm.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
It's so
Yeah.
much.
Well,
It's so deep.
I applaud you
Thank you.
for being so vulnerable here. And I hope
It's
anybody that's watching out there and is touched by the story can help. Seed and Spark, we'll put the link on the description, because I think this story needs to be told over and over and over and over again
Mhm.
until something gets done.
Right.
Mhm.
And I can only, for some reason, I just thought of AOC over here. Like, I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Oh,
being
my
like,
God, I
this
would
is
love-
right. Someone like her.
AOC, are you watching?
Yes. Someone like her who has the same opinions and, and is hungry for these changes. We need people like her. And I hope this does fall in the right hands so we can
Yes.
eventually get
Yes.
to a place where there's some fairness here. 'Cause
Yeah.
this is
It's all we're asking, just like be fair. Let's be fair.
mhm.
Well, we collectively at After We Wrap, we're going to make a contribution, and we
Yes,
definitely
absolutely.
want
Thank
our,
you.
we
Yes.
definitely want our viewers to make
Yeah.
a
Oh my
contribution
God.
as well. So,
Thank
Kidding.
you.
I was even gonna pitch
Yeah.
myself. You need wardrobe.
Oh yeah. Yes.
It's like,
I do need wardrobe. I need the movie's gonna be set in the mid 2000s. So
love it.
we were gonna do like the initially the script was a little longer and we were starting in the late 90s, so that was gonna be really cool.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna leave that for the feature, which I
Yeah.
hope
Oh,
to
yeah.
make after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because really it's a reflection of like our lives also before this happened,
Mm.
our bonds. And it's not just depicting, oh, this happened and here's another Latino story where someone gets arrested. And
Right.
it's not, because we also want people to see the wider lens and see how just like regular kids, interact in our neighborhood.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like any other neighborhood with money.
Yeah.
We, we're playful, we have this innocence. And we really try in our scripts to focus on the good things.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And really a lot of the judgment that'll come from, you'll see it visually, you'll see and you'll feel like, okay, this is what we expect, but it's not what you get
Mm.
all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we really want to, the other thing we're doing is just really wanting to change how we're viewed
Right.
Yes.
on the screen. So, someone has suggested to me like once, like, oh, maybe you should make it where he's arrested and everything that happens after and all this stuff. But I'm like, no, we're tired of seeing that.
Mm.
Right.
I don't want to relive to that.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to relive through just like the beautiful memories we have and having to figure out how to compact that and pack it up into a short film,
Mm.
and how I was going to do that when it happened over so many years, but make it a one day thing.
Mhm.
That was hard. But for me to just like make it about him being arrested,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have enough of those
Yeah.
on screen.
Yeah.
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 I think we need to highlight our humanity.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Switching gears a little bit here. What is your biggest fear?
Ooh.
I know we ask everyone this.
Ooh, that's
question.
hard. It's got to be. I'm a little claustrophobic, and I hate pitch black, like darkness.
Same. Same girl. Same.
I have a
Do you
panic
do haunted
attack.
houses at the Halloween season? You don't.
I like walking
'em?
by, but I don't do the mazes and stuff. And no,
Okay.
it's really
I
scary.
love a Halloween maze.
I mean, they're fun, but man,
But there are some that are pitch black, and
and I
Ooh, hell
cannot.
no.
It's gotten worse over the years. I gotten more scared. Like when I was in college, we used to have them and at the dorms and in our campus,
Really?
all over. We used to do like Halloween houses. Each
Oh,
dorm had
wow.
one, and it was a lot of fun. But I
Man.
remember when so people would leave like their room doors open, right? So they'd put like these bags over them, black bags. So when you'd walk by the room, and it was all pitch black, and people would come out of the rooms and like pull you.
Oh no! Do not do that. Stop it right now.
That's a
Pulling
whole
me
different
in.
And
from
I
a
was
garbage
like,
bag.
oh my God, it was fun. But like me now, I'd have a heart
Yeah.
attack.
Oh.
If you were stuck on an island, what are 3 things you couldn't live without?
Oh my God. Ooh,
It could be
right
anything.
now.
Yes, right now.
Could it be people?
Yeah.
Sure. 3.
3 things. Okay, definitely my daughter, my husband,
That's two.
and
Oh, one more.
oh my God, one more thing.
No,
Stuck on a fire starter
Hey, there you go.
because I've been watching Naked and Afraid.
You have. Oh my God, that show.
Because what would we do? If we're in an island, we can go fishing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then we
How
can
are you
cook.
gonna cook it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
We
it.
need a fire
That's
starter.
it. Done. Got it all.
One more question, and then we'll jump into some fun stuff. What advice would you give your 21-year-old self?
Ooh, my 21-year-old self. I wish I took the advice that careers before boys.
My abuela would say, "Los libros son tus novios.
See,
That's a good one.
I feel
Books
like
are your boyfriend.
Yeah.
boyfriend.
your career will never leave you.
Your career will never leave you."
These
Someone
boys,
told me
however,
that.
These
they'll
boys-
leave you they'll leave you
Yeah.
flat,
Drop you like a-
hanging
Mhm.
dry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very happy now. I have who I need in my life, and who, I think we both went through whatever we went through in our lives separately, and we needed to meet where we are.
Mhm.
But I would say, yeah. I mean, I wish I spent more time focused on. Although I graduated cum laude. It's not like I wasn't.
Okay, all right.
I didn't even realize what that was until I kept hearing people saying it, and then I had to get a transcript from my old college,
Uh-huh.
and I got it, and I was like, oh, I was cum laude.
Hell
I had a
yeah.
really great GPA.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But I feel like I would have told myself, take it slow. There's nothing to rush for. There's no reason to rush.
Mhm.
Just take it slow.
I didn't realize you and I have so much in common. Fashion school.
Yeah.
Abuelas were seamstress. My mom was a seamstress.
I didn't know your abuela was a seamstress. Your
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
I know
not
about
my
the
mom,
fashion,
my
yeah.
abuela. Yeah, they all would
Yeah.
make my dresses, but fashion school, and then there was something semi-fi. Never mind. Let's
Oh
keep
yeah,
going.
but we could.
We're
we
gonna
could
do
talk
it.
about fashion.
We're
all
gonna do
day.
a quick this or that, but you can't think.
yeah.
And you can't explain. You just have to
Okay.
choose one. Rapid fire. Here you go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Drama or comedy?
drama,
Theater or film?
film,
Pizza or tacos?
pizza,
Early bird or night owl?
early bird,
Summer or winter?
summer,
Day shoots or night shoots?
day shoots,
Cats or dogs?
dogs.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Ooh, mountain retreat.
All right.
Okay.
Invisible for a day or the ability to fly for a day?
Invisible for a day.
Just invisible for one day or the ability to fly for a day?
Invisible.
Invisible.
Oh, I know.
hell
I know.
yes.
I want to
Okay.
hear all the chisme.
Yeah. I do too.
I want to be like, what? I heard
I
what
wanna-
you said.
I want to go into people's houses.
To me, I want to copy the test of the
already
smartest
do that,
person in
Jake.
school.
yeah.
That's right. Like, I
I
want to see,
wanna
like, what are you
see
doing?
It's like, what answer?
I'm
Oh,
gonna use
no.
that as a
Yeah.
quote. I wanna
You know
go
what?
into people's house.
You can already go into
I sound
anyone's
like
house.
a
you want.
creep. I know, right?
I want to be able to know, like, what are these, like, big billionaires doing?
Yeah. Yep. I want to
What
get
is
in
your
those rooms.
accounting like?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where are your stocks?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. DR edition. Bam, 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 bam.
Don't think.
Santo
Don't
Domingo,
think.
Santo Domingo.
Chinola or morir soñando?
Ay, 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 ay. Morí soñando.
Oh.
Mira para allá.
Sancocho or mondongo?
Sancocho. No me gusta el mondongo.
Merengue o bachata.
Merengue.
Tostones o maduros.
Tostones.
I like the way you did that. Oh, wow. The tonos over maduros, okay.
Yeah.
Quipes or empanadas?
Quipe. Soy amante del quipe.
Tres golpes o moro?
Moro.
Wow.
Moro.
Prince Royce o Romeo Santos.
Romeo Santo.
Wow.
Mira.
Es que Prince Royce vino después.
Es verdad. I was going to put Juan Luis Guerra or Romeo Santo.
Ah,
but
Juan Luis
then-
Guerra.
I know,
Ahora
but
sí,
like
son de
she
una
was,
leyenda.
Jaina was like, you
Exacto.
can't
Es
put
que-
legend.
Es que él era
can't.
el tiempo de donde vinieron.
You know, he was my first concert. I think it was like 3 or 4.
Romeo Santo?
No, Juan Luis.
Oh, Juan Luis Guerra.
I love.
I just went last year here.
Sorry,
to the
no, me too.
forum
No, that's okay. I
for my
like this
birthday.
whole
It was so cute.
Juan Luis
It was
Guerra
amazing. Front
fest.
row.
Ah,
It
they're
was
melting.
amazing.
Me sube la
Before we plug your socials, is there any question that I don't know why I struggle with this question. Is there a
Question about the
question that you've
question is
never
a
been
struggle.
asked that you've always wanted to be asked?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
I-
I know. Very silly.
Can you even think of that fast?
I know.
Like every time we ask that question, I'm
It's
like,
a hard question.
It is a hard question.
A question that you've always wanted to be asked?
Yes. I know.
I don't
That's
know.
hot.
Well,
I
that's
know.
hard.
I know. Next time, write it down next time.
I know. So where can we look at Louis
That's
how
a hard
sleepy he
question.
is.
What'd you just say?
Look at Louis how sleepy
Oh.
he is.
He is so sleepy.
Yeah.
He's so tired.
He's so tired.
He's
He was acting a
It's
fool
nap
this
time.
morning.
What time is it? It's nap time for him.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Oh
my
Before we
God.
plug in your socials.
How are you feeling? How are
Louis
you
could
feeling?
use some magic mind.
yeah.
I feel
How's
good.
your brain? How's like?
Oh, it's
whoa.
good. I'm
Oh,
like, I
injected it.
feel like just like a little more
Energized,
happy,
yeah.
energized.
Don't forget to check out Magic Mind. You
That's
can get a
right.
free sample by signing up at the link in our description. Give it
That's
a try.
right.
Let us know how it works.
Mhm.
We're sure you're gonna love it. I know, right? This is before.
This is me now. After magic.
No, this is you
Hey.
before magic.
Exactly.
This is yep.
And this is
Uh,
us now.
Plug your socials. Where can people find you?
So you can find me on This is Marilyn Simon on Instagram, and our film Hold On Film. On Instagram is
Jodon.
Jodon. Again, Hold On is the J is pronounced like an H.
Ha. Ho.
In English, it looks like Jodón.
Mm-hmm.
We had a
Jodón.
table read, and
Somebody said Jodón.
somebody's the line
Jodón.
producer, he said Jodón.
And then the
And I was like,
acento
oh
on
my
the
God, no.
O. Don't forget the acento on the O.
And there's an
on.
accent on the O.
That's
Hold
important.
Yeah,
on.
everybody, if you can support Hold On, the short film.
Yeah.
If you go on Seed and Spark, you can also just type in Hold On with or without the accent, and you
Okay.
can find our campaign.
Okay.
So Gregory Diaz is one of our lead actors, and he was from In the Heights. Gregory Diaz the fourth.
That's right. We can't forget the fourth.
The fourth. He was in the Heights and Vampires in the Bronx, and he's also in The Long Game with Jaina and Ortiz here.
Yes.
The Long Game has been nominated for an Imagen Award.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
Hey,
right.
thank
And it's
you.
also number 1 on Netflix.
It was for
It
a hot minute.
And
was
it
for hot
beats
minute.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes, it did.
Hey.
I mean, any film to get number 1 on Netflix is
It's-
a huge
It's amazing.
Oh,
I mean,
that was fun.
listen.
That was a really fun
yeah.
moment.
It's a great film, and Gregory and all the actors were amazing, and I connected with Gregory the most. And he was,
Yeah. Shout out
so
to
he's working
Gregory
with me in this
Diaz.
film.
You guys, I'm
And,
surrounded by excellency here.
This
This is
Oh,
great.
thanks.
One like this. but
Anyway,
I'm
thank you
just
so
kidding.
much for sharing your story.
Yes.
And we wish
Thank you guys for having me.
so much love and good energy and like all the success for this short
Thank
film.
you.
And this is just the beginning, the first of many, because I'm
That's
sure you're
right.
going to
Yes,
get into
Mom.
I
more
hope
producing.
so. I just started my production company called Cloud 29
Hey.
Productions.
Ooh, beautiful.
That's badass.
29 based on
And,
the day of your birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
I like that name.
love
actually.
And I
Sure.
actually, because I remember one of my childhood friends always said, Marilyn, you're always in the clouds. I've always been a daydreamer.
Mira pa allá.
And she was like, your head's always in the clouds. And I over time, I have also had 2 other friends say something similar.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Boom, there you go.
yeah,
Cloud
I
29.
probably am. So Cloud 29 it is.
Yes, I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing.
So I hope to make many more films that really send a message and really highlight us in the best way possible. And we will see. Hopefully, we'll make this into a feature. And when we're
Heck yeah.
premiering, I'll let you guys know.
We'll
Hell
be there.
yeah.
Yes.
You know we're there.
Premiere.
Everyone, Marilyn Simon.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
See
you
you
so
next
much
week
for
on
being
another
here.
episode of After We Wrap. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey. Yay. You said it was in the back.